Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for April 19th through the 25th, 2021. So before we begin, I'd just like to welcome everyone to maybe here for the first time viewing our channel, and to welcome you to the Angel School community. And as we, before we begin, I'd just like to make you aware of the special offer, angel reading, that I've been offering since the pandemic began. This will be my half-hour reading, which I have extended for 1 full hour. So it's $77. And normally it's my half-hour reading, but I've extended it to 1 full hour for the pandemic as a special offer. So what you would do is go to my webpage, theangelschool.com/services page, and that link is below the video. And you will select the half-hour reading as is when you get to the services page. And within 24 hours on the first business day, I will send you a confirmation email noting the special offer. So this video will probably be coming out before the weekend because I will be away around from the 15th to the 21st. I've mentioned last video that I have to go home. My mom passed 6 years ago, as many of you may know, and we're closing the house, so I have to help pack up everything. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at, and something you're never prepared for, but it has to be done. So your prayers, I probably will. You may not see daily card messages until I get back, so just be aware of that as well. And about the readings, just be aware that there are instructions within that confirmation email that will indicate to you what to do in terms of submitting your availability so that we can set up an appointment. So all of that, how to set up the appointment, will be in the email. And there are no restrictions or limitations around this special offer. All right, so let's take a deep breath together. And just focus on being in alignment. So this is the word they wrote, is alignment. And so let's focus on your heart space. And a bird, I'm not sure what type of bird it is, feels like a robin, is appearing. And this is a symbol to listen to the inner guidance within your heart. And I was seeing a female pump shoe, so at the very beginning as well, and the bird sort of is sitting inside of this high heel pump. And so this gives me a sense too of listening to the inner guidance, the action steps of love, okay? And since it's a woman's shoe, it's this feeling of intuitive awareness in terms of your actions and being aware of your guidance, that your steps are intuitive. They're like instinctual. So it's something very primal about this. And you need to trust your instincts as well as your intuition. And the Archangel Roquiel is coming through. And he is a seraphim. And Archangel Roquiel has a retreat in the hollow earth. So his energy actually is very grounding. It's like the color of soil. in terms of the energy. He works with this energy. So this energy is about fertility, and bringing good things to the surface, good opportunities and things for you. But it's also, his energy is a very grounding energy. And this is one of the archangels that is in Diana Cooper's new Archangel Oracle cards. It's the first time he's coming to me. So when I get around to using that new deck after I work with it a little while, I'll introduce these things to you. But right now, just be aware of his energy. And you might feel, as he steps into your energy field, you might feel the energy underneath your feet. Like really, you feel yourself really being grounded to the earth. And he's writing that he helps you with revelations. So as he grounds you, he grounds your instincts and your intuition to be sharpened to the revelations that you need to be aware of that are on your path and at this moment. So working with Archangel Roquiel helps you to become grounded, deeply rooted in the earth essence, and seems to help you with manifestation. So, and as this connection with the earth, it's like you're getting in touch with the plan of Gaia. Okay, so Gaia is also an angel of the thrones, and she like other the thrones oversee planetary ascensions. So they're the guardians of planets, and so Gaia is the guardian throne angel of our planet. And as you connect in with the earth, Archangel Roquiel's objective is to connect you in with Gaia, Lady Gaia, so that you start to really connect in with the blueprint, your spiritual blueprint for your mission here on the planet and on Earth. And to help you to fulfill, he's here to help you to strengthen that length and to fulfill that divine purpose. So really trust your instincts as well as your intuition. As you're getting these, you'll be getting messages from Lady Gaia through this link with the Seraphim, Archangel Roquiel. All right. So you might just feel yourself right now, even your crown chakra, opening up and allowing you to really have access to that higher wisdom. And so this is going to require you to be a little vulnerable, be aware that there's a lot of things going through the earth. That's why right now you might be feeling before this, a little shaky, a little uncertain. But if you reinforce this link throughout the week, you will feel like you're just coming into yourself and coming into possession of the gifts, the knowledge, and wisdom that you need for collaborations they're writing. And they're saying that you're going to have more accessibility to collaborative efforts, or a sense that you feel as though you're working in collaboration with the universe, with the earth, and with people who have been placed on your path or who are being orchestrated on your path based on your needs. But first and foremost, they want you to know that you're safe. And all you have to do is trust your instincts and your intuition, and you will be safely guided. And they're writing that this is going to be, you're going to have a really strong sense this week of this kind of connectedness, sense of purpose, and divine right action. So they're showing me the phallic symbol of the penis. So that for me is a symbol when it's erected, it's that sort of standing like the Washington Monument, that something is ready to launch, something's ready to manifest. You are either in the process of that unfolding, or that soon will happen, or something might appear, or you have the power in this week to be, motivated in terms of your actions, to get things done and to make headway on something important. And they were showing me a female sort of in a gown, a very sort of sheer gown, but not see-through, but just very delicate. And there was these four pillars. So this also was where I saw the phallic symbol as well. So there is some kind of, it was almost like she was dancing, underneath this gazebo with the four pillows. It reminds you sort of the Four of Wands card. Is a sense of ritual, something very magical, very intentional. It could represent an occasion, a very special occasion, or event that's unfolding, like a rite of passage, or some kind of significant ceremony that's a rite of passage in our lives, like marriage or, going off to college, these kinds of things in our lives, these kind of milestones in our lives. And it's a position where we feel like we have arrived. So it's an opportunity to celebrate and to enjoy what has unfolded. So whatever manifests for you, be open to, even if it's not the entire thing, be open to any part of it that has come together. And be open to celebrating that, acknowledging that, because that, what you take the time to do at that stage, enhances and increases the other stages, other facets of your plan that will come together. Okay? And it also draw it together more quickly, with more enthusiasm and a greater experience of joy each time. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the, let's see, they're throwing another vision out to me, so let's see. That's weird. So what I'm seeing right now is my symbol for a tree. I'm seeing a naked body behind as the trunk of the tree. I am just sorry, but I just tell you what it is, because these are symbols. This is how they speak to me, through symbols. And I saw the word algebra. I don't know what that means, but all of a sudden the human body, so then the body was not obese, but it was a strong, thick body. So it meaning that this is sort of representing that connection, right? So the thing is, the next thing that happened is that the body, I want to find the proper words to say these things, because I've never seen it do this before, but the body had a release, if you know what I mean. So it got rid of the body waste, and I've never seen that happen. So it feels like that you're going to be releasing something huge in this week, in terms of something that's inhibiting. Since the tree normally represents your connection to your higher, to your I am presence and to the earth, there is something that will be released within your spiritual divine connection, something that's been toxic for you. And for them to go to this length to illustrate that means that, and it's the first time I've ever seen it, means it's going to be something that's going to impact your life in a huge way. And it may be a part of that reason to celebrate, or that reason that causes you to have the opportunity to celebrate something. Because as soon as you let that go, everything that's been held delayed comes to you. Now, I don't know what the algebra thing is. It's been so long since I've been in algebra. But in my mind right now, all I can think of is it's like, it's a lot of geometry. But I don't know. It has to do with maybe, over calculating something or underestimating something. It's something like this. It's meant to represent something mathematical, and maybe it could be something a little bit more close to home instead of having to do with somebody else. It could just be the way your ego works and how you always sort of calibrating or processing things, and maybe it's a little too meticulous in that it inhibits you in some way. Maybe you're too logical and you're not really trusting instincts and trusting intuition, merging, creating a balance between the mind and the heart. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at the card and see for the Archangel message for this week. And see, that makes sense with Archangel Jeremiel. So this is the life review card, which is giving us a sense that there is something that you're going to be, as the card says, taking inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. So this gives me a sense that this is something on a huge scale. It could be a karmic pattern. It could be something in your ancestral line that you've been working out. But it's really going to change your life. So be open, be vulnerable to in every way, so that you can really not hold on to this. So be aware of the ways that you need to process the experience. Like when I was going through some stuff recently, I really worked with did my daily draw tarot reading for myself, where first question I asked is, what do I need to heal? And then, I don't have it with me right now, but what I could do in order to, what do I need to heal? And then, what do I need to focus on in order to let that healing unfold and to improve? And then I asked, what would be a likely outcome if I proceeded with that advice? And then every day for weeks, I could tweak these questions as, some of my draws revealed other things, and so then I would tweak it and then focus on that. And then as I was experiencing the after effects, that also helped me to realize where I needed to focus for that particular day or number of days and I learned so much, incredible amount, some of the huge things that would always get in my way. And be open to your process and have something, a support that you can work through. All right, whether it's therapy, whether it's whatever it is, journaling, but have something in mind for yourself. Okay, let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. That card fell out. Okay, and this card is, I love this deck, but this one card for me is just ultra weird. But I had looked at it, and she said that this is the Warrior of Water, or the Knight of Cups. And one of the things that the author said about this deck gave it a sense of like being the way, just looking at him, because I couldn't get past the look of him. And she made it seem as though her point in this illustration was, a person that sometimes kind of turns people off, in a way. Maybe they're misunderstood, right? Someone who, like, especially, and I know this is about cups, love, but especially sometimes when you are different from other people, when you are, let's say, in a relationship, you're the one who has this sensitivity and this gentleness, and sometimes that scares people and it puts them off, and then you feel really hurt by that. Like, you can't, you feel like you're always not accepted. And and so, like, you have, like, or being a healer, everybody else is around us thinks, this is like woo woo, and like we're, just like off our rockers, and in a sense, your experience is real, you feel different, and you're always struggling with that, to reconcile that, yourself in that way, but you really can't fix who you are, the way you're wired. You eventually realize that you have to accept the way that you're wired and accept the gift that represents in the world, no matter how unique and isolating that can feel to be unique, or to feel unique. You have to embrace it. And so, you look at him as like he's like a monster. He looks like a monster, but in a way, he's got a beautiful heart if you get past the exterior. So there's this whole thing of, when we can't accept ourselves, it's so hard to accept others the way they are. And the ego is always creating this illusion so that we end up attacking each other rather than being able to first embrace and love each other. And he's got this ship that it seems like there's this, it could be coming up because he, has risen to the surface and created this disturbance of the water. Could all have been, and it seems like he's trying to help to bring that ship to somewhere where the waters are less turbulent. So the Knight of Cups is, this great romantic, this love, this hero, kind of, all the knights have that hero complex, right? And, he's the one that will never give up on love, no matter how many times he has been rejected, okay? And it's something about facing rejection over and over and over again, and still not being able to give up. And in the process, at some point, you realize that loving you and accepting you is where that rejection can possibly end. It has to start with you. So if you've been in a place, or emotionally, where you, for different kinds of reasons, it could be just like sometimes, like wanting to call up a friend and say, can you do this? You want to hang out? And sometimes you're afraid people are going to say no. Like, that can really get to you. And it causes us to just sort of shy away from putting ourselves out there. And so in some ways, I don't know what it is about this rejection piece, but we have to continue we have to never give up. We have to focus on our hearts and that which is driving us. And we have to learn to trust our hearts, even if we get rejected, to trust our heart, that it's trying to teach us a lesson. And that lesson just might be acceptance of yourself. But you won't be able to figure that out as long as you keep internalizing, meaning, and personalizing the rejection, the pain. As long as you do that, you stay in the cycle that the ego is comfortable with, because it at least understands what's going to happen. You're going to do it and you're going to get rejected. And it's comfortable with the knowns. It's not comfortable with the unknown. And so if you go for something that you want, it may use this cycling to keep you from doing that because you developed, cultivated the habit. So it's going to be really important for you, and I think in this week, this is something that you're going to be dealing with, is this idea of acceptance. But first, you got to get past the personalized way that you've, the word, I hear it in my head and I can't say it. The way that you've digested, that's not the word, but you've absorbed this, you've taken this in, and then it becomes this endless, vicious cycle. And you have, only person that can end that cycle is you. By realizing, I just need to accept myself. And this seems to the ego who's creating this interpretation in you that this is the most difficult and impossible thing to do. And if you believe that, then you have given up. Just to believe that, that means you've given up. But your soul is never going to give up. And there's where this conflict, which is what the pain is about, it's an alarm telling you that you are focusing in a way that contradicts the divine and your divine essence. This will be an incredibly liberating experience, occasion, event, especially when it clicks. I'm saying it and I feel that it's clicking a little bit, but to experience it is the absolute freedom. It's a milestone in our evolution as human beings to really accomplish. Think about the opportunities that this will create. Think about the new paradigm that of life experiences that you will have, because you will be totally free to whatever your heart and your instincts are telling you. And you will be fearless and fierce in achieving that success. And it will be so rewarding on such an enormous level that your entire, because I can feel the little pain in the heart, that little pain in your heart will just dissipate. And look, this is just as much a big blowing, lesson for me as it is for you, because I am definitely the worst offender of this, but we all are in some way. And this will be incredible for us. And I feel like this is going to be something that is not only when each one of us clicks with this individually, the collective consciousness, the collective heart is going to shift. So that means that the paradigm and all the attachments, all the karma, planetary karma will just, for this kind of energy, will just, clear. And you'll start to feel stronger in ways that you didn't even know what strength was until you felt this, or power or influence, what it really was in this divine way when the soul is completely liberated. And I really pray that you allow yourself, because this cannot be done by the angels. They can't do it for you. This is something you have to do, because it is the illusion of your ego that makes it seem like it's something impossible or something at all. And it is nothing, actually, except that we keep reacting to this paradigm of the ego, of projecting fear. And then we believe it, internalize it, and then we process it. We code it into our soul's blueprint. And it becomes a personality defect. But it can be cleared. The code can be rewritten. And that work, however you choose to process, will help you to do that. But they've given you the answer through this card beautifully, right? And so this is appropriate with the moon card coming up and with this life review and what we talked about with this, because and this night shows this is our purpose this week, to face those emotions, those revelations that surface for us about ourselves. I feel like we're going to have a chance under that lunar light to see ourselves reflected, see what it is we're creating, what's being reflected in that lunar light. It's going to show you the truth, but it's going to show you the illusion in such a way that it shocks you into the truth, into seeing the truth, if that makes any sense. And reflect all the other facets that have been in your blind spots. Now just know that whatever level of this that you accomplish will feel like a huge relief. So try not to quantify based on how much you feel is left to accomplish. Do not do that to diminish the opportunity to celebrate. You must be able to celebrate the accomplishment of whatever you achieve. Because as I said earlier, it will accelerate the process moving forward. So it's all about that. If it's like, if you can only put a dent in one wall, that will make that entire wall and its structure unstable. So it will never be able to stand firmly as it has before in being your not your dysfunction, but in being your battle, to overcome. I don't know why I can't think of words today, but I think you feel what I'm trying to say. This situation will no longer be able to be the obstacle, be the barrier, the burden that it has been in the past. It will be lessened, and that means that more light will be lifting you up than you've known before. No matter how small, it will seem ginormous to you and to your ego, who has been trying to prevent that ascension. All right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. And what this is showing us is the 8 of Cups. And this is about you moving on. Yeah? I love this. Make sure you can see the whole card here. She's able to move on. I don't know how much of the card is you're not seeing. Let's see. Each one of these cards you're not seeing. Yeah. So you'll see that beautiful, and we got that lunar energy again. And there's a healing that's happening here, and you're just following and going with that flow, your own, and you're going to be moving on, and it's going to be so liberating. You'll be done with this. And what's the next card that comes after this? The 9 of Cups, the wish card, where wishes are fulfilled. And this is what your efforts will do for you, this learning to accept yourself. And the card I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck that came up last week was the Empress. And I love this card because she's reaching into the heavens, and there's this crystalline energy, and she's bringing that through and nurturing this infant here. And, you know, her body and everything just looks like she is the divine mother in in an etheric form, nurturing and feeding. So your connection with Gaia, number one, is going to give you the nurturing, the spiritual soul nurturing to make this transition. So really don't forget to ground that connection with Lady Gaia through the Seraphim Roquiel. And if you need to go back to the beginning of this and reconnect with that information, do so, okay? And they're writing the word manifest. So, and affirmations. So really try to take this healing process and create affirmations as you're having the realizations with that connection in place, and you'll see what will happen in terms of how this healing process is accelerated for you. And that's what I'm getting from them, what they're writing. Okay? Wow. Beautiful week. The universe is really going to be nurturing you, and those higher frequencies, the crystalline energies, they're bringing this into your... So there's this higher codes of light that are going to be placed in your soul, in your heart, and in your physical body and experiences. So really, really take care of your body this week. This gives me a sense of really nurturing your body. So and doing the things that allows you to be highly attuned to the creative ideas that are flowing from the universe, so that you can really be creative, that you can really be nurturing and be prolific in how you express yourself. All right. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and I wish you a beautiful week. God bless you.